in Alligator, Auschwitz. 10 days into the hunger strike in Alligator, Auschwitz, and I heard about it for the very first time after 10 days of a hunger strike in Alligator, Auschwitz. Meaning, they were having a hunger strike in Alligator, Auschwitz for 10 days, and it took 10 days for me to hear about it via the Midas Touch Network. I've been, watching YouTube videos, looking at the top promoted stuff every day, multiple times a day, and this is the first time that's been suggested. So, excuse me, I'm gonna text that caller that I'll call him back. But yeah, so I'll keep this short so I can go ahead and call him back. But automatic citizenship for all their victims. This is, I think, the best catchphrase for opposing ICE. Automatic citizenship for all their victims. We need to talk about this hunger strike because they've been doing the hunger strike for 10 days, and it took 10 days for me to even hear about it. But you can't hunger strike forever, and they're doing their part by going on hunger strike. Now it's up to us to take the ball from here and go with it, take the baton and go with it, and let people know that they're having a hunger strike, and let people know why, and make their sacrifices meaningful, make their sacrifices effective. And if they just hunger strike until they die, that's helping out the Alligator Alcatraz guards. That's what they want. So we have to make that into something by talking about it. I really appreciate the Midas Touch for talking about it. I feel like I've watched not every Midas Touch video that comes out, but I watch, lots of them. And this is the first time I've heard about it from them. No shade against them because at least they're reporting on it. But I immediately went to Park Rose Permaculture's latest suggested video to me, and it's about the eugenicist ad campaigns focusing on people being skinny, which I thought was ironic. So I immediately left the comment, this is the 10th day of a hunger strike. How many videos have you made on it? Or, basically suggesting, will you make some videos on it? Will you help call it out to your massive audience so that they know? And of course, Midas Touch has a massive audience of 6 million people, and people know because of Midas Touch's video today. But again, the hunger strike's been going on for 10 days, and we're just finding out about it today. News media is not reporting on it, and other content creators aren't reporting on it. So I made a couple videos about it. And then I saw the Code Pink video of protesting Senators Alex Padilla and Adam Schiff, because they did not join Bernie Sanders and 24 other senators who voted to cut off arms sales to Israel to help stop the starvation and genocide there. And, what's his name? Alex Padilla is like a symbol. Hello, nice to see you. Him, nice to meet you. Alex Padilla has become a symbol of opposing fascism and Trumpism and ICE because the police tackled him to the ground when he tried to ask Kristi Noem a question. He identified him as a senator. But he's not going to vote to save the people of Palestine? To me, that's just exploiting the victims of ICE. He's just exploiting the victims of ICE for his own profile if he won't stop starving Gazans. And Alex Padilla is a traitor to us in this case. Like, as much as he was a symbol to us a month ago, he's a traitor to us now because he didn't vote for this. Adam Schiff, who gets $6.2 million from AIPAC, is a traitor to us now. And we'll see whether Park Rose Permaculture or other content creators hear about this and post about it, or whether they sweep it under the rug to edge leftists by gathering our content and gathering our attention and engagement, but not providing the real solution, such as a real solution: automatic citizenship for all their victims. I challenge/dare you all to leave the comment of automatic citizenship for all their victims on any videos you see about ICE kidnappings. Automatic citizenship for all their victims. It's a purely positive sentiment. You can say it, automatic citizenship for all ICE victims. You can say it, automatic citizenship for everyone they terrorize. You can say it in different ways. I've said it in all these different ways. Bye. Hi, Stefan, Adia. Sorry, I need to go to sleep. Sweet dreams. Okay. I've said it in multiple different ways, and I get censored most of the times I say it, no matter how I say it. So you might be able to say it a little bit more precisely, call out ICE directly, or just say automatic citizenship for all their victims, and everyone will know who they're talking about. You're an ICE victim, Matthew Newfer, so you would get automatic citizenship under this concept. Because ICE contacted you, you get automatic citizenship. That will stop ICE from contacting people, because we're going to be like, look, it's not going to be some DACA thing where we have to renew their status every few years and vote a certain way to do it. We're going to give automatic full citizenship to everyone that ICE encounters. And it's going to be great. I mean, we're going to change the country by switching up who we recognize as Americans. And we're not going to recognize Trump Boutonnieres as Americans. We're not going to recognize MAGA as Americans. We can make MAGA American again. We can make Trump Boutonnieres American again. But we're not. They're not Americans now. They betrayed America. We should have on the table the offer to revoke their citizenship and deport them to Siberia. So, anyway, the other topics that go into this are the Epstein files. Of course, Trump's releasing Ghislaine Maxwell and proving that he's in the Epstein files, and that people like Shawnsta, Shawnsta, are pedophiles because he says Trump loves us all. So he's a pedophile. So he's pro-pedophile. So Shawnsta has identified. Let's go ahead and identify Shawnsta while they're in the live. Channel activity of Shawnsta. Joined 10 years ago and has 11 subscribers. You're averaging a subscriber a year, Shawnsta, you Nazi Trumper fuck. Anyway, so that's all we need to know about Shawnsta. Promoting Trump in an anti-Trump live will get you identified and hunted. We need to remind people that hunting concentration camp guards for life is a very noble and honorable profession. We have TV shows about people hunting Nazis. So if you support ICE, if you support Trump, and people hunt you for life, that's what you deserve. That's what you're looking at. That's your future if you support these people. I don't make video, but now I can identify you. Shawnsta, no, you can't do anything. You're not American, for one thing. I can tell by the way you talk. You've never lived in America. You're messing with American politics like a typical Trump-Putin troll. But you guys lose, okay? You guys are all pedophiles, and half of you who are willing to commit terrorist acts against pedophiles are going to find out about the other half of you pretty soon. No, you weren't born here, ladyboy. Shawnsta says, I was born here, ladyboy. Where were you born? Name the city and state. You probably don't even know any American states. That's the problem with Trump-Putineers, is y'all are not convincing. Trump-Putineers, bots, and trolls are identical, and you're all pedophiles. You're all pedophiles and terrorists. So tracking you down is, again, a noble profession. I don't know why you feel like you need to say anything in my life. And I don't know why there's 11 people in here who feel like they don't need to say anything. Automatic citizenship for all ICE contacts. Automatic citizenship for everyone ICE encounters. Everyone agrees? All 11 of you agree? Nope. 7 of you left. So we've got 4 people left. How many of you are Americans? How many of you are American enough to comment, or not even American, how many of you are human enough or have a good spirit enough to comment something against Trump? Well, we have one Trump-Putineer. Good. Football for life. Good. So you can probably agree automatic citizenship for all their victims. You can agree we need to stop the genocide and starvation in Gaza. You can agree on all the human things. The problem is Alex Padilla, our senator who was standing up for immigrants, supposedly, just voted to give more weapons to Israel. So Alex Padilla is a traitor. Alex Padilla exploited the immigrants and the immigrant cause in order to protect genociders in Israel. Alex Padilla is a traitor. He didn't need to be reelected, but he probably also doesn't even need to be a citizen anymore. It's time to talk about revoking the citizenship of all these MAGA traitors. Deport them all to Siberia. They chose a country over us. Alex Padilla is, of course, a Democrat who was challenging Kristi Noem when the cops tackled him to the ground. And he became a symbol. But he didn't use his role, he didn't use his platform to call out Israel, to stop the arms sales to Israel. So he's done. Like, we have to have people who are solid with us on everything. And it's not hard because everything we believe in is good. Stop genocide. Stop this evil exploitation of people. Release the Epstein files. Stop the pedophiles. Shawnsta says, go stand in traffic and yell at cars, CC boy. CC boy, you think that's an insult because you're a Trump-Putineer. You're a pedophile. You're a Nazi. And you think you have any space to insult anybody? When, as a Trump-Putineer, Nazi pedophile, you're the worst type of person that's ever existed. So anybody who upsets you, anybody that you want to criticize, is probably doing something good in the world. So I take it as a badge of honor that you have any criticism for me when it's coming from you, and you're a Nazi pedophile terrorist. Trump-Putineer. Trump is love. Trump is life. No, you're a Trump-Putineer. You're a Nazi. Okay? Your grandparents hate you. Your grandparents and all your ancestors hate you and are ashamed of you. You're dishonoring them. You're pissing on your grandparents' graves by sucking up to a Nazi. You wearing spandex. Shonsta says, you wearing spandex. Okay, we have another comment. A comment that's not from a Nazi. All right, we have a comment that's not from a Nazi. Wow, how did you even find this channel? YouTube only shows my live to Nazis. YouTube only shows my live to Nazi, Trump, Putin, terrorist trolls. But Khalid Mauia, sorry if I can't pronounce your name correctly, but Khalid says, I'm pro-Palestinian. I'm pro-Palestine for the record. Good. I hope that's not the only part of your sentence I need to read. If I read the rest of the sentence, am I going to be disappointed? I'm pro-Palestine for the record. How would you resolve the conflict? Oh, thanks. It was just a question. You remove Netanyahu, you remove Putin, you remove Trump. You can remove any three of these. We're one cardboard drone away from a post-Putin world. One good cardboard drone, and we have no more Putin to worry about. If the protesters in Israel do what Netanyahu had done to Rabin, I think you know what that is. If that becomes full circle, then you're done with Netanyahu. And as soon as one of Trump's supporters, who actually cares about child sex trafficking, realizes he's in the Epstein files, he's gone. Vance can pull him at any minute. Vance could be our president today. Vance can pull Trump under the 25th Amendment and is preparing to do this. I don't think Trump will be president for more than a week or two. And I don't think Vance will be president for more than a week or two either, because when he replaces him, a Trump supporter will probably kill him. Yeah, you get rid of Putin and Trump. You get rid of Trump and Putin. Either one of those is a major blow to the war in Ukraine. It's a major blow to Netanyahu. You get rid of Trump or Putin, Netanyahu's going to fall. Putin, both of them. Get rid of Putin and Trump. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Either of them can be first. Like, Putin runs Trump. So yeah, it would be funny to see a post-Putin world where Trump just flounders and flaps around, because he doesn't know what to do, because he doesn't have anybody scripting all his hate for him. So Putin is kind of the main one. I can't think of anybody above Putin. Maybe China is running Putin. Maybe China is actually the most evil country there is, because China is allowing Putin to do this stuff and kind of keeping their distance so they don't get blamed for it. But look at what happens when you get blamed for it. People do blame Putin, and people hate Putin for it. People blame Netanyahu, and people hate Netanyahu for it. And they hate everybody associated with you. In every way you're associated, the more they hate you. I don't know, we hate Germans as much as we used to. We let that country reunite. So one solution, when you ask what the solutions are, one solution is split these countries. We split Germany into two countries, but we let them reunite. That might have been a mistake. Instead of splitting them into countries that we let reunite, maybe split them into two countries and let those countries go to other countries. And maybe we should try this practice for Russia and USA and Israel. If we split Israel into 2 or 3 or 4 countries, then Gaza would be one country, and West Bank might be another country, and Lebanon and Syria might be other countries that get what used to be Israel. If we split America into 2 countries, or if we split America, Canada should run half of us, and Mexico should run the other half. But the real goal there should be to facilitate land back to the indigenous people, so that all of this, what used to be America, becomes not a country anymore. Same with Russia. If we split Russia in 3, Turkey can run half, and Turkey can run a third, and China can run a third, and Ukraine can run a third. And I think if we're floating these ideas out there, split USA, split Russia, split Israel, and this is what you get when you reproduce Nazi Germany. If you've reproduced Nazi Germany, you should have at least the splitting of a country as a consequence. And unfortunately, since Nazi Germany has welcomed back in the AfD and become Nazi again, since Germany has done that in modern times, and allowed this Nazism to creep back in, even though they supposedly have strong laws and stuff against it. Since they've done that, splitting them as a country and letting them reunite wasn't a strong enough lesson. Maybe split the countries and never let them reunite. Split the countries and let them become not a country anymore, or set the new standard for living without countries. Shansta says, you like dressing in drag, playing ladyboy, having story time with kids. You're so fucking Russian. Like, what city did you claim you were born in America? Oh, that's right. You never even mentioned a city or state. It's pathetic. And I don't want to address Trump Putin anymore. I'm going to have to get used to meeting you guys. But I'll probably just shut this live down for now. Hello, Miss Emo. Nice to meet you. Don't you agree that we should have automatic citizenship for all ICE victims? Don't you agree that we should stop Netanyahu and Trump and Putin and stop them from kidnapping people and release the Epstein files? I don't remember you, Miss Emo. Did you have the same name, Miss Emo? Thanks for coming back, and thanks for remembering me. Was it a long time ago, or was it recently that we met? So, automatic citizenship for all ICE victims. Release the Epstein files, and let's catch these pedophiles. And if we release them from jail, let's make a lesson of them. Grab them by the posse. Let people know y'all were safer in jail. Ghislaine Maxwell will be safer in jail. I mean, she might get killed in this minimum security, but they're probably letting her out, and then somebody will probably kill her, which is what she deserves. I was in your other live. What live was it? Was it a live where I was singing Foxen songs, or was it a live where I was talking politics? Because those are usually the two that I do. And thanks for coming back. It's amazing you found me, and you found me twice. I'm talking about the hunger strike in Alligator, Auschwitz. It's 10 days into a hunger strike in Alligator, Auschwitz. It's almost 2 years into the starvation of the people of Gaza. And we can stop both of these things by stopping Trump and Putin and Netanyahu. The Epstein files are key in doing this. So we need to talk about the Epstein files every day for at least 100 days, because it took over 100 days for people to realize that Biden wasn't running for president. So we need to talk about the Epstein files for at least 100 days every single day. But we also need to talk about this now 10th day of the hunger strike. A hunger strike can't go on for 100 days, I don't think. I mean, people die. So we need to make good on their sacrifice now and keep them alive, these heroes who are on hunger strike in Alligator, Auschwitz. And we just need to make comments about this. Like, as soon as I found out about it from the Midas Touch Network, I was on Park Rose Permaculture's video about these eugenicist ads forcing people to be skinny, saying, hey, what are you saying about the 10th day of the hunger strike? I'm just not shocked, but I'm disappointed and upset that it took me 10 days to find out about it, because the media is not reporting on it. And even that, the content creators I watch pretty much every day took 10 days to report on it. Midas Touch finally reported on it 10 days in. And that's a long time to be going hungry, and a long time to be going hungry for the information. That's why I sang the Pearl Jam song. I'm going hungry, I'm going hungry, yeah. It's one of my recent videos. Because that hunger strike video, that hunger strike song was about protesting things with a hunger strike, but we never knew what the protest was for, which is maybe an ingenious way to make a song, because now we can apply it to any hunger strike, including the one in Alligator, Auschwitz. So thanks for coming back, Miss Emo. Nice to see you again. I hope that this was informative to you, to at least know that there is a hunger strike going on in Alligator, Auschwitz. That Alex Padilla, who was so famous for challenging Kristi Noem about immigration and being tackled to the ground by police officers, would not join Bernie Sanders and 24 other senators in cutting off arms supplies to Israel. So he's a traitor, and he's exploiting the suffering of immigrants in order to protect Netanyahu genociding and starving people in Gaza. That's hypocritical, as hypocritical as any Trump Putineer. Trump Putineers are Space Force in the streets, Flat Earth in the sheets. All their beliefs are contradictory lies and racism and sexism. And sure enough, the Epstein files are going to be the proof of that to most people, or the refusal to release the Epstein files, releasing Ghislaine Maxwell instead, and just kind of putting it in our face to see what they can get away with before people realize what he's doing to you. And yeah, he's really been rubbing it in your face. Trump's greatest fantasy would be to wipe Putin's ass with our Constitution, with the original document. And y'all are letting him do it. Most of y'all are letting him do it. ICE agents arrested a police officer. Just not for doing something, but, just because they're racist, because they're terrible racist Nazis. And they kidnapped a police officer. And you would think that at some point the police will say, you know what, we're going to, as a union, as a community, turn against these damn ICE agent kidnappers. Like, the police's job should be to stop kidnapping, but they've been helping kidnappers too much. Some police, some sheriffs, to their credit, have been standing up to the ICE kidnappers. But we need police that are going to arrest the ICE kidnappers. We need police that are going to shoot the ICE kidnappers, because the police get a community, and their police can shoot anybody they want, which is one thing that made me wonder, if we really have a lot of good cops, why don't they just shoot the bad cops? Is it just because they're horribly outnumbered? Anyway, it's turning around now, and it's going to stop, and we're stopping the genocide and starvation in Gaza, and we're stopping the concentration camps here in America, and it's the same enemy. It's Putin, Netanyahu, Trump. And as soon as we call it out to that extent, and call out people like Adam Mockler, who refuse to call it out to that extent, who refuse to blame and connect Putin to it, we'll shake them down. and we'll shake this out. And like I said, I left a comment on Park Rose Permaculture's video about companies, eugenicist ad campaigns promoting skinniness, about the 10-day of hunger strike in Alligator Auschwitz. I don't know if she's already posted about that, and I was just being snarky and whatever. And or if she's going to post about that now, thanks to my comment, or thanks to other people telling her about it, because people don't necessarily read my comments. But Midas Touch told everybody about it. So that's 6 million Midas Touch viewers, or some percentage of 6 million Midas Touch viewers who should have this information. And if they really care, like me, they'll post about it. They'll talk about it. If any of you really care, like the 3 out of, I don't know, probably 50 or 100 people who came through this live this time, cared, you'd say something. But fortunately, we have Miss Emo, one person who cares enough to say something, and we have a bunch of trolls who don't really say anything. Miss Emo is a real person, joined 4 months ago and has 90 subscribers. Such a better rate than all these people. Sean still says being deranged is a sickness. Yeah, you're a Nazi. You're a pedophile. You're a Nazi. You're a Trump-Putineer. All Nazis are Trump-Putineers, and all Trump-Putineers are pedophile, Trump-Putineer terrorists. That's a sickness. You have a problem. You can project upon other people, but you're the one with the problem. Okay? You being a Nazi terrorist, pedophile, Trump-Putineer, and every time I've called you that about 10 times, you won't deny it. You're on the comments. You just, no, I'm not racist. Yes, you're a racist, Nazi, pedophile. I just called you a racist, Nazi, pedophile. You're like Mo when they said, you ugly, hateful, you hateful, spiteful, ugly man. And he's like, I may be ugly and hate-filled. You ugly, hate-filled man. That's what they call him. You ugly, hate-filled man. And he says, I may be ugly and hate-filled, but I'm not. What's that other thing you said? So I just called you a Nazi, pedophile, terrorist, racist. And you said, no, I'm not racist. So you're admitting you're a Nazi, pedophile, terrorist. You should know what to do with yourself. Change everything about you. Or just stop. Stop it all. I'm not a troll. No, I'm not racist. I called you a Nazi, pedophile, terrorist, racist, and you troll. And you said, I'm not troll racist. So you're admitting you're a Nazi, pedophile, Trump-Putineer, terrorist. Why are you on the internet? Why are you allowed to speak to anyone ever? Why don't you just change what you are? I hate how Trump-Putineers ruin the mood of everything. They definitely ruin my mood. But I hate how you ruin the mood of everything. I'm going to shut down the live in protest. But yeah, thanks to the hunger strikers. And thanks to everyone talking about the hunger strikers. It's up to us now to promote this hunger strike so that we end Alligator Auschwitz. As if that shouldn't be enough, the fact that it's more appropriately called Alligator Auschwitz, we need to end it. So thanks, and automatic citizenship for all their victims, and release the Epstein files. No, Shawnsta, who identifies as a pedophile, Nazi, Trump-Putineer, says, you're spreading false news. No, you're a Nazi, pedophile, Trump-Putineer. You're proud of being a Nazi, Trump-Putineer, pedophile. Now the other person, that's Shawnsta again, says, you pedo. No, you're the pedophile. Okay? You're the one for Trump. Trump's the one for Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. You're the pedophile. You're the terrorist. You're the one for Putin. Putin's the one kidnapping thousands of kids from Ukraine. You're the pedophile. You're the terrorist. You're the one for Netanyahu. Netanyahu's the one who's making thousands of orphans and murdering tens of thousands of kids. You're the terrorist. Okay, Laertes. Laer with the AE, weird letter together. I'd hate to be in an elevator with you. You're in my live and you typed that. Because you couldn't get off an elevator between floors, it would take a few seconds. It took you longer to type that than it would take go between elevators, between floors in an elevator. You Trump-Putineers are Space Force in the streets, Flat Earth in the sheets. You're the most contradictory, lying, false, worst people who have ever existed. You took the Nazis' record for being some of the worst people ever existed, and you exceeded it. It's terrible. That's such a shame. And all your ancestors are ashamed of you. And all humans in the future will always be ashamed of you. You're the worst people who have ever existed. And if humanity continues, we'll never make people as bad as you again. You're the worst people who have ever existed in all of human history. You beat the Nazis for being the worst people that ever existed in human history. Zion Nazis and Zombies and Trump-Putineers. are about the worst insults anyone can have. They're worse than Nazi. Trump-Hooteniers, worse than Nazis. Zio-Nazis, worse than Nazis. What is it? Nazionists. 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 N-A-Zionists, worse than Nazis. Laerty says, who are you talking to? There's only 2 people in here, and I'm about to leave. I wish you'd leave the fucking planet. You know, no one likes you. No one's ever liked you. Why wouldn't you be in a place where people would like you? You've joined YouTube 19 years ago. This is Laertes. Joined you with a green goblin profile pic. You joined YouTube 19 years ago and you have no subscribers. I mean, we'll screenshot that information so they can track you down and take your house. We're going to give your house to an immigrant. We're going to give all MAGA houses to immigrants. We're going to revoke your citizenship, deport you to Siberia, the country you chose over America, and we're going to give your houses to immigrants. We're going to give automatic citizenship to everyone ICE encounters. Okay? 4 people in here agree. Automatic citizenship for everyone ICE encounters. That's called dosing. No, it's not called dosing. It's called doxing. You fucking Russian, goddamn Nazi, pedophile, Trump-Hootenier terrorist. It's not called dosing. It's called doxing. You're reported. No, it's Y-O-U apostrophe R-E reported. I'm not a grammar Trump-Hootenier, but your grammar freaking sucks. You're so stupid. Why are you people so stupid? So you're in here for the abuse so you can report me for abusing you. Oh, poor you. Can't handle words. Can't handle words. Need YouTube to protect you. You need big bad YouTube to protect you from words that you choose to listen to. You're a Nazi pedophile terrorist, and anyone who accepts your report is also a Nazi pedophile terrorist. Protecting Nazi pedophile terrorists, just like you're protecting the Nazi pedophile terrorist Trump. This is how we catch you. This is how we catch you in review of YouTube. If you're reviewing this video for YouTube, this is how we catch you to find out whether you are a Nazi terrorist pedophile. And it turns out you are if you have any problems with this video. Because all I'm doing is calling out the Nazi pedophile terrorists. So who are you trying to defend? Trump loves us all. No, you're a Nazi pedophile terrorist. Trump is using you. And hopefully one of your fellow Klansmen will see it and turn on you. You will be part of the target. When they want to get their rage out against Trump, but they can't get to Trump, they'll get to you. And they know where you live. I don't need to know where you live. See how that works? See how you doxed yourself by deciding to comment on this channel? They will track you down. I've been making this theme for this entire life. Hunting Nazis is a noble and legitimate profession that we praise with TV shows. We make TV shows about people who hunt Nazis. So one day they'll make a TV show or a reality show about hunting you, and you deserve that. Is that enough? Have y'all heard enough for the day? So anyway, automatic citizenship for all ICE victims. Help promote the message of the hunger strikers at Alligator Auschwitz, so we can shut down Alligator Auschwitz and all Trump-Hooteniers, and remind everybody that we hunt concentration camp guards. We hunt Nazis for the rest of their lives, and we make TV shows about people hunting Nazis. We glorify hunting Nazis. So we will be hunting down Trump and Netanyahu and Zionists and all the people who support them for the rest of their lives. Just to let you know, you can choose better. You can defect from that evil side. You can betray evil or not. It's up to you. Bye. What's up, Isaac?